So I'm Eman, I'm from St. Mark's. And one of the reasons why I won Kahoot is, I'm a teacher, so I play Kahoot all the time. And I get my students to play Kahoot all the time. So seasons of waiting. So Carlos asked me a long time ago to talk about this because I'd already talked about it before in St. Mark's. But I did change it up slightly. So first question, who likes waiting? Nobody likes waiting, right? Nobody at all. So none of us like waiting, and that's why I got a grumpy face. Do any of you watch normal TV? Like normal TV, like BBC, IT? No. Or are you all on demand, Netflix, iPlayer? Sometimes. Ooh, one? Okay. My kids don't watch normal TV, 100%, not at all. And quick question, how many of you, when waiting, which way shall I say it? How many of you, when waiting, do not touch your phone? So everybody goes on their phone. Oh, sometimes. What do you do when you're waiting? What apps do you go on? Huh? You start counting on an app? Okay. You start counting what? Really?
See how fast.
Oh my goodness. Okay. You're a good waiter. What do you guys go on? Sorry, it's really funny hearing the echo. Is it echoey or is it just me? No. It's a little bit. Shall I move it away? What apps do you guys go on? Insta? Okay, Instagram. What else? Snap. Anybody play games? Do you ever play games on the phone? What kind of games? Which one? They vary? Give me one.
Taxi. Sometimes I play a taxi game.
Taxi game. Okay. Anybody else play taxi? I don't know taxi. I'm sorry. Is it a good game? So, I've got this grumpy face because none of us, I don't think, like waiting. Okay, we're kind of hardwired to not sit and do nothing, and to wait. So I don't know what people did before phones. I don't know what people did before books. I don't know what people did when they didn't have electricity or whatever. I have no idea. Because I think we see waiting time as wasting time. You can, please let me know if you disagree, but I think it's a waste of time, right? You're waiting. It's a waste of time. When you're playing taxi or whatever, you're just filling the time, right? Until whatever's happening is going to happen. I'll come to, sorry, I just thought of something, but I'll come to it in a minute. So I want to have a look at this. So I've crossed out passive, because when we waste time, it's usually really passive. That's what we think of. But I've actually got a thing called active waiting. Active waiting is slightly different. So active waiting is you are preparing to receive an answer. So I've got here, similar to going to an airport or a bus. Who's been flying recently? Anybody flown recently? Right, okay. How long ago before the flight did you pack your bags?
Probably the week before.
The week before. Wow, you guys, he's organized. Okay, so the week before he's packing his bag, you downloaded your boarding pass, you're checking in online, you're doing, all this is preparation, right? But you're waiting to, you haven't gone yet, you're not going. Was it somewhere exciting?
Probably Egypt.
Egypt. No, not Egypt? No.
Not Egypt, I'm not sure about excited.
You weren't sure about excited. Why? Okay. Okay, and then you actively wait. What do I mean by actively wait? So you get to the airport, you've got your bags packed, you've done this. Do you sit there and go, do you know what? I'm 2 hours before the flight, I'm just going to go to Egypt myself. I'm just going to walk there. You don't do that, right? You've got to wait for the plane. And then you are prepared to get on board. Have you ever waited or been on public transport? Who takes public transport? Okay. I asked this in London because we have the tube. I'm not sure about you guys here, but I had quite a lot of yeses when I asked this question, but let's see with you guys. How many of you have missed your stop because you've fallen asleep? Only what? 2? Who's not admitting? Okay, London, they were all like, St. Mark's, they'd all missed their stops. So you don't fall asleep, right? Because if you fall asleep, you could miss the stop. So do you see what I mean by actively waiting? Like, you're not on the plane yet, but you've got to prepare. You've got to do stuff before you get on the plane. So I've got here the very last line. You've taken the appropriate steps to get to where you need to be, and you continue to do so as the process unfolds. Does it sound slightly better? Slightly? You can still get on your phones, you can still do whatever, but you're a bit more actively waiting. Then, okay, so to prepare. I've got another word for wait. Expecting. So when a lady is pregnant, we call her, like we say, she's expecting, right? She's expecting a baby. So she carries inside her the promise of a baby. She can't see the baby yet, unless they have a scan or whatever, but she knows that the baby's there, and she and whoever prepares for the arrival. So they start getting the nursery ready, they start getting whatever ready, and they prep for this arrival. Is the baby there yet? No. So there's an expectancy. There's a waiting for the baby to arrive, but I need to do stuff beforehand, same as before with the preparation. But I've got the word expect. So I think sometimes what happens is that when we wait, we are really passive, and it gets really annoying and really frustrating because we don't know what's happening and we're not quite sure what's going on, and it's just really frustrating. But if we're thinking, actually, I can be actively waiting, I can be preparing for whatever is next, I can be expecting that something is going to happen next, and you should be expecting, because God will come to that, but God is always working behind the scenes. So let's come to it now. Who is active while you are waiting? Can I get somebody else to read, or is it always me? Can I get, just the verse on the screen? I can, no? Yeah? Oh, sorry. Ladies first.
To work, do make act with effect.
Oh, just since the beginning.
For since the beginning of the world, men have not heard or perceived by the ear, or nor has the eye seen any God beside you, who acts for the one who are waiting.
Beautifully, thank you. Beautifully read. So, we've got here the word waits, okay? The one who waits for him. So let's say we are the ones waiting for him. Sorry, that was a bit loud. And you've got that no eye has seen what God, who is acting, is doing. And then I looked up I'm a bit obsessed with language. So I looked up the Hebrew word for acts. So that word act there, and it actually means to work, to do, to make, to act with effect, to accomplish, to bruise, to squeeze, to prepare, or produce. So God, while we are waiting, is doing a lot in the background. Okay? He is working, he is accomplishing. Sometimes he's squeezing us. I'm really sorry, guys, but it happens, right? We feel a bit squeezed, we're a bit bruised, but we're preparing, he is preparing, and he is producing. We think that we're doing a lot, but actually, he's doing a lot more. You got swans you've seen swans? And you see how they glide beautifully, and they're all really gentle, and they look beautiful. Do you know what's happening underneath the water? Okay, so I feel sometimes like we're just waiting, and we're just chilling, and we're gliding, and God's underneath going, and working really hard. He's always working, okay? He is the God who works, always. So why does he put us through these seasons of waiting? Or why do we put ourselves through these seasons of waiting? Actually, before I get to that, I do have this psalm, this beautiful, beautiful bit of Psalm 40. Anybody else? Do you want to read now? Okay.
I waited patiently for the Lord, and he turned to me and heard me cry. He lifted me out of this slimy pit. He set my foot on a rock. He gave me a firm place to stand. He put a new song in my mouth, a hymn of praise to our God.
Okay, so who's waiting? I. Okay, I. The person who wrote the psalm, so probably David. I'm not sure with Psalm 40, but probably David. Actually, David did a lot of waiting in his lifetime. We'll come to that maybe, but maybe not. But if you look at the life of David, tons of waiting. Who turned? God. Who heard the cry? Who lifted? Who set my feet on the rock? Who's doing all the work? What's David doing? I waited. I waited patiently for the Lord. He lifted me out of the slimy pit. I want to come to that slimy pit first, because it's not just a pit, it's a slimy pit. Okay? Can you imagine, like, you're trying to get out of a slimy pit? What's always going to happen? You keep slipping down. So you take a couple of steps forward, you slip back. You take a couple of steps. How many of you feel like that in life? Well, only a few. Oh, you guys are wonderful. Okay, so a lot of life, you're like, yeah. No, going backwards. This is going to happen. And then we slip down again. So the fact that God is lifting you out, okay, that's the only way to get out. You can't do it on your own. But He is doing all the work. Okay, so why? Getting what we want when we want it. How many of you use Uber Eats or takeaways, or how many of you have or Deliveroo? Yeah, who uses Uber? Okay, so not too many. You guys are good. Okay. How many of you? Okay, what's your favorite food? Give me a favorite food. I know it's Siam. Huh? Souvlaki. Ooh, okay. So souvlaki. Anybody else like souvlaki? I like a bit of souvlaki.
I'm from Greece.
He's from Greece. Okay, anything else? Like macaroni bechamel? Huh? Pepe. Pepe's chicken. You're comparing that to souvlaki and like... Okay, let's take Pepe's, all right? So, I'm going to ask you, if you had Pepe's every single day, okay? It's your favorite meal, you love it, it's amazing, every single day. Would you enjoy it as much?
No, it's not every day.
Not every day. So when something is a treat, would you agree that you enjoy it more? If something is a treat for you, like, would you agree you enjoy it more? Like, some people do these fasts, like the 5-day, 2-day, I don't know if you do that thing. No? Like, okay, I have a couple of friends who they will only eat sweet stuff at the weekend, for example. So it's something that is a treat. When we have the same thing again and again and again, it takes away the value. So if you see like this one person only once a week, you can kind of look forward to it. And then it's a treat and it's some time that you spend together. If you see this person every day, I know, okay, there's proper Arabic saying, what is that? Yeah? That's the one. Okay, I don't know. my Arabic is not amazing. But it, like, you might still enjoy spending time with them, but it's not like a treat. It's not something that you're looking forward to, because it's like it's every day. It's every day. And I want to get to, if we get what we want all the time, it takes away the value of it. I've got here, deprivation heightens our desire. So when we wait for something, we treasure it even more. Do you remember the story of Jacob and Rachel in the Bible? Do you know how long he waited for Rachel? Okay, yeah. Okay, so 7 years, and then he got Leah, but before he could marry Rachel, 14 years. Well, there is another part of the story, but yes, a long time. Did he give up? Like, did he want any woman? Did he mind? Okay, now I'm married to Leah. That's okay. I don't need Rachel anymore. No. He was like, I still want that treasure. I still want Rachel. And that deprivation, it heightens his desire. And then he treasures her. We're gonna have a little game now, okay? And the game is looking at the rewards of waiting. So the game is that I'm gonna put 2 words on the screen, or 2 things, and then you raise this hand if it's like the one on that side, your, right, or whatever. You know which one, okay? So, something that you would prefer. Would you rather be patient or impatient? Just raise one hand. Be truthful, right? You'd rather be impatient. Ooh, really? Would you rather be impatient? You want to be impatient. I'm not saying what you are now. Okay, a lot of you, ooh, you want to be impatient? Yeah. Why?
Because that means I want my things right there and then I have to wait the last second to get it.
Ooh, okay. So you want your things there and then, and you don't have to wait till the last second, and you want that. That's something that you desire. You desire to be impatient. Oh, is she patient? No. I don't know. Okay, would you rather be kind or be unkind, malicious? Abuna, you're not raising any hands. Okay, all right. Would you rather stay the same or keep learning and growing? And maybe you love yourself. Maybe you think you're amazing. I can stay the same. I'm great. Yeah, are you perfect the way you are? Or you want to keep learning, you want to keep growing? I'm perfect. Okay. This one might be a little bit trickier. You want to understand or be understood? Be understood? Be understood? Guys, come on. Be understood. Ooh, more be understood. Okay. That's a tricky one. Okay, another trickier one. Never get hurt. Never get hurt. Never feel that pain of being hurt, whatever, in your life. Or would you rather be able to understand other people's hurt? Like be with them when they're crying, understand what they're going through. Be able to understand, never get hurt. Okay. You sure you haven't said anything yet? Okay. Okay. I still don't know the words. So, would you rather be spoiled, like a spoiled child, getting what you want when you want it, or the opposite, which I don't know what it is? Like the opposite is, I guess, mature, you can hold back. Spoiling others, maybe, but I just mean the opposite, like not spoiled. Like not spoiled. You like being spoiled. Ooh. Really? You don't mind being spoiled? You think that's a good thing? Yeah? Yes? Spoiled? Who else agrees with being spoiled? Both? You can't do two. That's cheating. Why would you want to be spoiled? Oh, you got the mic as well. Yeah. You don't know?
No, I feel like the opposite is very not having, not being given anything, just going for yourself.
Ah, okay, because the opposite, you don't get it, right?
It's still, I guess if you're young, it still teaches you to be mature. But then, I don't know.
It's good, but I don't want it. It's good, but I want to be spoiled. You wanted to say something.
Would you say it's being spoiled, being content with everything you have?
Ooh, that's nice. Yeah, being content. I like that. But you're happy with what you have, so you don't need to get what you want when you want it because you're okay.
Well, being spoiled doesn't have to necessarily mean that you want something. Just, let's say you're given the silver spoon.
Can I ask a quick question? How many of you got younger brothers and sisters? You're the youngest. Have you ever seen them in a period where they have been spoiled? And do you like the way they are? No. Okay. So let me just put it that way, okay? You can carry on. No, but I see what you mean. But I just want to show you what maybe, like when you see from the outside what somebody who's spoiled looks like, you probably confronted them, right? And just, would you stop doing that or stop saying that to mum and dad or whatever? I don't know. Okay, so psychological study. A really, really famous study with the marshmallows. How many of you know it? Do you know it with the marshmallows? You know it? Yeah, did you study like psychology, GCSE, A-level? No? Okay. It was this study where they got these preschoolers, so they're under 5 years old. So 3, 4, maybe up to 5 years old. And they stick him in a room with a marshmallow. And they say, if you can wait 15 minutes and you don't touch the marshmallow, or you don't eat the marshmallow, after 15 minutes you can have 2 marshmallows, okay? And they put these kids in the room and studied them. So they would just be watching from the outside and see who ate the marshmallow, who couldn't wait. And you guys know, if you know it, it's all about delayed gratification, okay? Do you understand what delayed gratification means? Like delaying your desire, and then you get more. So some kids waited, most kids didn't. Most kids just had the 1 marshmallow, and just because it was there and they couldn't hold back. Do you ever watch Alvin and the Chipmunks? I've just remembered there was one like that with Alvin and the Chipmunks. There was yeah, okay. So what was interesting is that later in life, they kept kind of the studies with these kids. And the ones who had delayed gratification, the ones who had waited the 15 minutes to get the 2 marshmallows, right? They actually went on, this was in America, to get higher SAT scores. They exhibited greater self-worth, and actually, statistically, they were less likely to be addicts later in life. And that's what I found interesting. That later in life, so from a young age, they could delay gratification, and then it had all this. Why? Why? Why do you think? You need your mic, or else it's just me chatting.
They were willing to go through the pain or
The pain of waiting.
also the struggle of it.
Okay.
Let's say, take for example, the SAT schools, they were willing to go through the long duration of studying, even if they had that down, which then led them to get schools.
Yeah, I like that. Say that again. So did you hear that with the scores? Yeah, say it again.
So those who got high SATs, they went to go sort of the struggle of studying more, even though they're still young, and then that had high SATs.
So there is a struggle. There is something where you can push yourself and push yourself because you can see something in the long run. If you are studying for an exam and you keep going to the kitchen and going to the fridge or whatever else and just kind of giving into your desires all the time and not studying, then you're not looking at the long run. So yeah, I get it. I get what you're saying. I've got down here as well. I can't read my own writing. Yeah, the better reward. So there's a reward in the long run. Another thing that they found, these guys had greater mental stability, improved performance, increased emotional intelligence. So emotional intelligence is with other people, like understanding other people, and reduced engagement in harmful behaviors. So they were less likely to be addicts, as I said. Why do you think the increased emotional intelligence? So performance, maybe I can get it, because it's like delaying what you want so you can actually achieve something, so maybe at work or whatever. What about the emotional intelligence? You're gonna?
Is it because they're so like patient and they're so like they're able to delay it? So if someone was to come to them with an issue, they wouldn't be so quick to either give them advice or give them, any help. They would just be listening. And from that sort of experience going on in their life, they just pick up the emotional intelligence of what the people think.
Yeah, no, I like that answer. I really do. Any other answers?
Is it because you're used to being patient, not reacting straight away with certain situations? You're almost trying to read the situation because you're waiting. You have that trait.
So that reaction, you're saying like immediate, did you use the word, so immediate reaction. So that immediate reaction, when you gratify your desires quickly, like you always want to feed like I want this, I'll have it. I want an ice cream, I'll get it. I'll do this, I'm not going to fast, I'm not going to do this, I'm not going to go through Lent. Why? Because I just want to be gratified. Like the dopamine hits. If you're always doing that, who are you thinking of? Whose needs are you always looking at? Me. So when somebody else comes with their needs, I might not be as open to understanding them because that's not gratifying me. If I'm always looking at my self-gratification all the time, how am I going to understand other people? Do you see what I mean? Like my needs will go above theirs because I'm forever fulfilling my needs. Same as the addiction, so the harmful behaviors. they found that, I can't remember statistically, you guys can look it up, but statistically, the ones who have the first marshmallow and didn't not wait, they were more likely, but I don't know how many times more likely, I'm not sure of the stats, to be addicted to stuff, or they're like addicted to harmful behaviors. And it's like having the dopamine hits, right? Because you're gratifying yourself, so you've got dopamine hits. But when you're addicted to something, it's like taking that to an extreme. Like, I just want to have more and more and more of this, whatever is addicting, whatever I'm addicted to. So delayed gratification enables us to find positive and durable, so durable like long-term coping mechanisms. Is this science or the Bible? Okay, this is science, but this is very biblical, very, a lot of the times science is catching up with what God's already told us. How many of you have like gratitude and gratitude journals coming up on your Instagram? Maybe it was a big thing like a year ago, but it was coming up forever on my Insta. Gratitude. I was like, that's been in the Bible for thousands of years. Like, give thanks to God, give thanks. In our odes, give thanks. What you have, what you don't have. That's what I was always taught, right? Like when your hand is full and when your hand is empty, you give thanks. And then the world is only just catching up. Oh, yeah. We get it now. They're very slow. We're slow. So waiting can give us some really, really positive things in our life. We get to enjoy stuff. We get to wait and have 2 marshmallows instead of 1. Instead of watching a concert online on demand, we get to queue and wait for hours and hours if you've ever waited for a concert, but you get to see it live. You get to see it live, to be in the atmosphere. Do you see the difference? Like, this on demand is fine, but real life, real stuff, you have to wait for. You have to be patient. You have to queue sometimes. So I told the story of 2 of my students. So I teach college students, and they are hilarious sometimes. And I was taking them to the gym one day. We just got a little gym in the college. And one of my guys got on the running machine, and he was running for England. Like, whoa. I don't know how fast he was running. Like, I was terrified. I was just watching, going, please, just don't fall. And he finished his run, whatever. Then he got off the running machine and he went to do the, whatever you call that, bench press? That was the bench press. So the bench press thing. And this other student was spotting him. And he could not pick up 20 kilos. Nearly fell on his head. And then he went to pick up like 5, and he could just about manage it. And it got me thinking about, so what was his strength? Where was his muscle strength? His legs, okay? Upper body, bit non-existent, okay? The guy who was spotting him had, like, this guy goes to the gym 3 times a week, whatever, so he had really good upper body strength. And that's why he could, like, easily spot him, because he could just do, like, that in 1 minute. And you know when you're going through a season of waiting and you think, oh, I've learnt my lesson, Lord. I can delay my gratification. That was amazing. That was great. And then you come out and you think that's never going to happen again. And then 2 months down the line, something else happens and you're waiting again. So, for example, you are waiting for a job offer. And you wait and you wait and wait. And you go through interviews and you do this. And then finally you get a job. And then something else happens down the line where they are thinking of promoting, or they're thinking of doing this, or you're thinking of getting into a relationship, or whatever it is that you're waiting for. And you wait again and again. In each season of waiting, you think, I'm done, I've learned my lesson, I've grown, I've become amazing, and God's still working on you. And it got me thinking about the muscle mass. Like, each season develops a different muscle. So you might have great leg strength, but actually you need to get your upper body as well. You might have great patience in one thing, but not the other. How many people are parents here? I've got 2, 3? No. Right. So before I became a a parent, I thought I was really, really patient. I thought I was the most patient person in the world. You're smiling because you know. And then you have kids. And then you start screaming. And you're like, I've never screamed at anybody in my life, like not even my husband. But I'm screaming at this thing that is 10 times smaller than me because they are not doing whatever or they're not going to bed. You got it, yeah? Like, because I was never in that situation, I thought I was amazing. You know, oh, it's fine, it's great. And then you get put in the situation and you're, what is happening? How many of you, like, how old are you guys? Like, are we talking A-levels? Are we talking uni, college, uni? So how many of you thought the jump from GCSE to A-level, let's say, if you did A-levels, was a massive jump? Okay, yeah? And you think, I know it all. I passed my GCSEs. I can get my A-levels. And you get to A-levels, you're like, what? What is this? Like, how much deeper can you go? So it's a different strength, yeah? You're getting different skills, different things. You're going deeper. And God does that a lot with us. So he's like, you're ready for the next step. You're ready for the next step. Sorry, do I talk too fast? If I'm talking too fast, please just say. So in our waiting times, we get stronger. We do. We might not feel it, but we do. We really do. That time of waiting increases a muscle mass that we couldn't do if we got our instant gratification. I know it's Siam. I'm really sorry. But what are we waiting for? Sorry, Abuna. You can close your eyes, Abuna. So what are we really waiting for after Siam? Okay. Most people, it's lamb. For me, it's cheese and eggs. I don't know. Who misses meat more than anything? Okay, who misses cheese? Eggs? Like dairy, milk? Oh, okay. Who misses milk chocolate as opposed to dark chocolate? Because I'm fed up of dark chocolate already. So this waiting period, this time of Lent, is it passive or active? It's active. We're making decisions. We're making decisions about what to eat, what to do with our time. What is the reason for not eating meat and whatever? Is it just, oh, the church said so? Discipline. Okay, so we've got discipline. Is that making us stronger? Okay, discipline is making us stronger. Are we supposed to be eating really heavy meals or really light meals? Why? Why are we eating light meals? I want a heavy meal, huh? Okay, yeah. How many of you can pray after a heavy meal? No, because you sleep, right? Okay, after this meal, Easter, you're all going to be like this by 4 o'clock in the afternoon. The whole 50 days. So I've got here, time and heat make all the difference. So you were saying you like the souvlaki. So I like cooking. I really like cooking. I'm not the best cook, but there are some dishes that really work. And something that really, really works is slow-cooked lamb. Potatoes, carrots, onions, lamb, salt and pepper, oil, done. Okay? Did I do much work? No. I chopped some vegetables and I stuck the lamb on top and I put some salt and pepper. And what is doing the work? What's doing all the work? Huh? The heat. It's the slow cooking. Okay? You stick it in the oven and you go and do whatever you want to do, and you go to the park and you go for 4 hours and have a nap and do whatever you like, and then you come back after 4 hours and you just smell it and it's falling off the bone. Am I doing the work? No. I did maybe 20 minutes of chopping, maybe 15, depending. And the oven is doing all the work. And I put down the oven time and heat, so that length of time. When David was waiting to be, do you know, like, how old was he when he was anointed to be king, David? Huh? 7? 7? Do you think he was 7? Maybe they're older. I'm not sure. Abuna? I think young teenager? No? 12, 14? Okay, we don't know. We'll have a check. He was young. So Samuel anointed David to be king. And did he become king straight away? No. He went to fight Goliath. Did he become king after fighting Goliath? No. He had to wait and wait and wait. Did he wait passively or actively? Did he fight Goliath? Was that quite active? I think that was quite active. He was running away from Saul, trying not to be killed each time. He had an army. Just wait for the thing. Okay. Time is crazy. When you look at time in the Bible, it's like it's nothing. How many years were the Israelites wandering around the desert? 40 years. 40 years. How old are you guys? 20? Double your lifetime. 40 years. Huh? The desert, the desert, the desert, the desert, the desert. Sorry, I could walk to Egypt and back 100 times in 40 years, okay? Walk. They're in the same desert, the same place. But that time helped them grow. And what do I mean by the heat? Holy Spirit? Oh, I'm talking easier than that, simpler than that. Huh? Trials. Like, you know, when you're in the fire? You're in the fire. It is hot. But I like the Holy Spirit one. I'll bring that in next time. But when you're in trials, have you ever seen somebody who's gone through a trial and come out of it the other side? Any trial at all? Okay. Do they come out weaker or stronger? Stronger. In the middle of it, they look weaker, right? They look like they cannot handle it. And you're like, I don't know how to help. I don't know how to get them through this. And then they come out the other side, and you are probably in awe. Like, what? How did you get from here to here? That's the heat. You can't rush perfection. If I put that lamb in for 1 hour, as opposed to 4 hours, it would be the toughest meat in the world. Put it in for 4 hours, it's soft, it's melted. Shall I talk a bit more about lamb? Sorry, Bona. Okay, so what do we get? What is the reward for waiting? We get to feast. How many of you enjoy that Easter lamb more than any other lamb meal? Yeah, it tastes so much better. That first egg meal that I have after Siam, like, I don't know what you guys, but I like the fried eggs. It just tastes even better because I've been waiting and waiting and waiting. And that's the value. Any medics around here? Half a medic? You're studying? Huh? Okay. So biomedical, anybody else? Okay, pharmacist, doctor? Any neonate? No? Or? Okay, all right. It would probably work for animals too, I'm thinking. But if we take out babies too early, let's say 27 weeks, 26 weeks, they fall apart. I don't know what kind of hospital you are. Please don't carry on with your biomedical. Oh, they're just falling apart. No, go. Okay, so the bones are really fragile. Okay, the bones are really fragile. What else? Yeah, exactly. So they're not developed fully. So they're, what I've got here, underdeveloped. They're not developed fully. Their bones are really fragile. Do you know any premature babies? Okay, so I know a set of triplets who are premature. They have to be premature because you have to take them out before, like, the mum bursts. And even years down the line, 5 years old, 6 years old, 7 years old, they would catch chest infections like 10 times more than their sister. 10 times faster. Why? Because they didn't get that time to develop in the womb. They're a lot stronger now that they're, a bit older, they're teenagers, but their first 10 years or so, they caught everything, left, right, center. Why? They were slightly weaker. The bones were slightly weaker. The immune system was weaker. It didn't get that time to develop. How many of you, when you're going through a time of waiting, decide that you can do it faster than God? Yeah. So it's like, do you guys drive? Yeah, you drive? Okay. Do you use Google Maps? Okay. Let me just ask the drivers. So Google Maps, do you try and beat Google Maps?
Yes.
100. You don't? Yeah, you do. Yeah, like even if you beat it by 1 minute, do you feel really good? I got here 1 minute earlier than it told me. I was on high. It said 9:45. I got here 9, whatever. We want to do it faster, right? We know a faster way. We know a better way. God, you're taking a little bit too much time. I know a shortcut. I'm going to do it this way. And then what happens? We get what we want maybe a little bit early. And it's not developed yet. That frustration when we're trying to speed things up doesn't always work. And in the Bible, it's happened so many times. There's so many stories of people who tried to get it first and get it quickly. And it didn't work. It just didn't work. I guess what I want to say is we want to hurry the narrative. We want to get out of our parents' house quickly. We want to study quickly. We don't want to do the 7-year course. We want to do the 5-year course, right? If somebody told you could do uni in 1 year, who would do it? Yeah, you'd do it, right? It's the shortcut. Who wants to go for 3 years? But actually, you do it in a short time and you haven't developed those skills. And later down the line, you get to work and you're like, I don't know how to do this. I've seen it in trainees where they think they know it all and then they get into a situation at work and they're just thrown in the deep end. So they finish their teaching course or whatever, and then they're like, wonderful, because they had a lovely class of students while they were training. And then suddenly they go into this class and there are 16-year-olds who want to throw punches at each other and they don't know how to handle it because they weren't in that situation. They were doing it too quickly, too fast, underdeveloped. So when we wait and we get to, we wait for being developed, we get to grow, really grow. Grow our skills, grow our love for God, grow our faith, grow our everything. It's really important to not hurry things too much. I know people that got married young to get out of the house. And they didn't realize that was why they got married. They just got married really young. And then later down the line, got divorced really quickly. And realized after that, I just married the first person who I was with because I wanted to leave the house. It's like, you didn't give yourself a chance to grow. You didn't give your heart a chance to grow and see. Story of Simeon in the Bible. How much time do I have? I can skip. Huh? What time do you want to finish? It's okay. I can skip. Okay, I'll do. I might skip Simeon. Sorry, I love Simeon. But, do you know the story of Simeon? So Simeon was the one who circumcised Jesus. So Mary and Joseph took Christ to the temple, and Simeon was there, and he circumcised him. And our tradition, and most churches, the tradition is that when Simeon was a long time ago translating the Old Testament, so the Hebrew to Greek language, he got to the line that said, a virgin shall give birth. And he stopped. And he didn't want to write the word virgin, he wanted to write the word young woman, maiden. Why? Because a virgin cannot give birth. Okay, scientifically, he's like, this is not happening. He's seen all the Old Testament things happen. He's seen Abraham and Sarah give birth at an old age, all these miracles, but he got to that miracle and he was like, no. Okay, that's just, I can't do it. And then I've got here, so an angel appeared to him and said, actually, you will write this. You're going to write it the way it is. And he held back his hands from writing young woman, the angel. And he said, you won't die until you see this fulfilled. And church tradition says that he died around the age of 360. He waited and waited and waited. And then Mary and Joseph came into his temple with this little baby. And he picked up this baby and said, "Now let your servant depart in peace, according to your word. For my eyes have seen your salvation, a light to lighten the Gentiles, the glory of your people Israel." 360 years. Let's say he was 60 years old when he was translating. He had to wait another 300 years. But at the end, he got the peace. "Now let your servant depart in peace." Literally, I've touched this child. I've touched God incarnate. I can go in peace. And also, he says, "My eyes have seen your salvation." He got to see things. How many of you have seen something amazing in your life? Like, what is the most amazing things that you've seen? Anything that you've seen? Anybody seen like the Northern Lights? Yeah? How amazing? Okay, did you just walk out 1 second and then see them? You had to sit and wait and wait and wait. Anybody else? I really want to see the Northern Lights. So some people, they go to like the top of mountains or whatever when there's the eclipse. Anybody seen an eclipse or a partial eclipse? And you wait and wait. So sometimes we sit in our house and we're like, "I'm just going to watch it. I'm just going to watch it on TV. Okay, it's too cold outside. It's too whatever. I'm going to have to wait for hours. I may not even see it. Northern Lights, you might not even see it. But actually, that waiting can come with a real reward. So you get to see. I've got the Northern Lights up there. You do get to see things. If you're not waiting, you don't even know what you want to see. But if you are waiting for something amazing, waiting for a miracle, God is there. God is there doing miracles left, right, and center. Zechariah, Elizabeth. Okay, how long did they wait to get pregnant or to have a baby? Were they young or old? They were old, right? So Zechariah's in the temple and an angel comes to him and says, "Your wife is going to have a baby." Okay, my wife is barren, my wife is old, I am old, we're going to die soon, and you're telling me we're going to have a baby. And do you guys have your Bibles on your phones? Do you want to get Luke 1 out? So the story is in Luke 1. Okay, so Zechariah's in the temple, he's a priest, angel comes. Can you see those little, have you got Bibles with the subtitles? I don't know what you've got, subheadings, not subtitles. Subheadings. You got that? What are the subheadings in Luke 1? Any subheadings? Again? The dedication? Okay, of what? Yeah. Okay, next one. Oh, no, Luke 1. Yeah, okay, then next one. Okay, John's birth announced to Zacharias, then next one.
Christ's birth announced to Mary.
Okay, so you got John's birth announced to Zacharias, okay? Then you get Christ's birth announced to Mary. I'll come back to Mary because I want to say something about her. What happened when Zechariah met the angel and the angel gave him the promise? What happened to his tongue? Yeah, it's like this. Okay, do you want to see that line? Can you see that line? Was it 57, verse 57, or? I need to open mine. Can't open it. You got that?
Oh, yeah. You want me to read that? But behold, you will not be able to speak until the days these things take place, because you did not believe our words, which would be fulfilled in their own time. And the people waited for Zacharias and marveled that he lingered so long into the temple. But when he came out, he could not speak to them, and they had perceived that he had seen this vision.
Perfect. Okay, so he's been promised this promise by the angel. And the angel says, you're going to be mute until it's fulfilled. Okay, what was the promise? What? Okay, so Elizabeth will give birth. Does it say baby boy? I can't remember, but will give birth. It does say baby boy. So John is born, okay, and the promise is fulfilled. Can Zechariah speak? No? When did he start speaking? After he wrote on the tablet. Was that on the first day? Second day? Was it the birth? Have a look and see. Was it the birth? Some detective work here.
Oh, it was on his circumcision.
The circumcision. Does circumcision happen on the first day? No. Second day? No. It's like 8 days. So 8 days after the birth. So Elizabeth is looking at her husband and saying, okay, we have a baby now. And are they happy? They're probably really, really happy. They have been waiting and praying for a baby for years and years and years. Can the husband speak yet? No. Okay. It gets to the circumcision. And then it's only after he said his name is John that he can speak and his mouth is loosed. What is the first thing he says? He marveled and praised the Lord. Do you think he marveled and praised the Lord when John was born? Surely no. He's been waiting for a baby. He's like, when your baby is born, you're like, a lot of people are just overwhelmed with feelings, with emotions that they didn't know they had. And yet, when his tongue was loosed, he marveled more. And what I want to get to is that, like, sometimes we feel that we've got the promise, and we've got it, and we're happy, but still there's something missing. So he was still mute. The promise was not quite fulfilled. Not until that name, not until 8 days later. And sometimes God says, can you just wait a little bit longer, a tiny bit longer? I know you're happy, but you wait. You wait. 8 more days. You are going to be over the moon. We have a really rubbish view of happiness. Okay? Our happiness level is like here, and this is enough for us, and this is amazing. And God is like, guys, I want you up here. This is what I want. I want this joy. So we get the promise after we wait, and we get to praise. I'm not sure if I want to. I'm worried about time. Finish? No, not finish. Okay. Okay. Joseph and the Technicolor Dreamcoat. Anybody seen the musical? No? Okay. Joseph is the son of Rachel. Jacob loved Rachel. Leah, not so much. Leah had loads of babies. And he was like, yeah, they're okay. Rachel had a baby. Joseph came along and he was like, this is my son from Rachel. Joseph was the favorite child. And this led to his dad giving him this beautiful colored coat. And what happened after his brothers saw this colored coat? They threw him into the well, or they were going to kill him, and then they sold him off to the Egyptians. Why? Because it's not really good having a spoiled brat as a brother. It's not very good having a favorite child as a brother. So Joseph was spoiled. Okay? He didn't go around and say, oh, no, you guys are better than me. No, he didn't do that. He knew that he was the favorite. So then he's in jail. Okay? And he's in jail 10 years. Okay? 10 years in an Egyptian jail. I don't want to be in an Egyptian jail cell now, let alone in those days. I don't know what they were like. And then after 10 years, right, this cupbearer comes and anyway, long story with the dreams. And the cupbearer goes, you know what? When I come out of jail, I'm going to remember you and I'm going to get you out of jail. And he's like, really? You're going to help me get out of jail? And the cupbearer goes, yeah, I'm going to get you out of jail. He goes, okay. Cupbearer gets released from jail, completely forgets. Okay? So the verse in the Bible, the chief cupbearer, however, did not remember Joseph. He forgot him. Just in case you don't know what did not remember mean. Like the Bible's like, he did not remember, he forgot. Okay? Just in case. 2 years passed. How long was he in jail before this? 10 years. And where's the hope? And it reminds me of like Zechariah, like, could Zechariah speak when the baby was born? No. It's like, let's wait a couple more years. You're still stewing. You're still, the heat still needs to go a bit. So he waited 12 years, 2 years after this glimmer of hope. I've got here the word hope, the word wait in some cultures is actually translated hope. You're driving, okay? As I was coming up here, like I hit a couple of traffic lights, and as I'm coming towards the traffic lights and they're red, what am I waiting for? They're going to turn green, right? Am I expecting them to turn green? Yes. Yes, of course. Am I hoping that they will turn green before I actually slow the car down completely? Yes, 100%. So the word wait actually means hope. You're expecting something to happen. And Joseph, did he carry on being a spoiled child? No, as an adult, he was amazing. In fact, he could have taken revenge on his brothers, and he didn't. Joseph is an amazing story. Joseph had to go from being spoilt to the opposite of being spoilt, whatever that is, mature, righteous. He's called the righteous. And he took 12 years of jail to do that, and a bit more. And then it reminded me about when kids are learning to walk. And, just as they're walking, and they're walking towards you, and you're like, come on, take a few more steps. And then what do? You move back. So the kid is like, yay, I'm getting close to my mom or my dad or my brother or my sister. Why are they moving? and I feel sometimes God does that with us. Why are we moving? Why do we move away? Are we moving away because we don't love them? Are we moving away because they've done their job now, they've walked a few steps and we're just going to walk off? No, we move away so they can walk a little bit more, practice a little bit more, get those muscles working a bit more, get that confidence that they can walk 10 steps instead of 5 steps. God does this a lot with us, a lot. Those days and those times when you feel that God has left you and lifted his hand from you, no way. No way. He's there going, come on, get stronger. I'm here. I see you. I'm not going to let you fall, but get those muscles working. I'm just going to end on this, okay? Completely my contemplation. You can tell me I'm an idiot, whatever. But there's this verse in Isaiah. Those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. They'll soar on wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary, walk and not be faint. Now remember how I said I love language, I love words? If you had to put soar, run, and walk in order, which order would you put them in? Walk, run, soar, right? You walk, you run, and then you fly, right? The plane doesn't take off by doing it backwards. Okay? My own contemplation. Why did Isaiah put it in this order? Why did God in the Bible decide to put it in this order? So when you're in a really tough time, you're in a really dark place, you're in a period of waiting, and somebody says to you, no, go live your life, go fly. You want to punch him in the face, right? You're like, what are you talking? Can you see the situation I'm in? Like, what idiots are you? Like, that's not good advice. So you don't always think of that. You don't always think of flying. And the idea is that if I said fly, you're not going to be able to do it. Oh, fly, fly, fly. And you go, my situation is just too bad. I don't know what you're talking about. And then I'll go, why don't you run? Why don't you run? It's like, are you serious? I'm tired. I'm fed up. I've been waiting for so long. I've been asking for so long. I've been saying the same prayer for so long. And then you go, okay, how about walking? Can you walk a bit? And you're like, maybe I can take a couple of steps. And I feel like it's when you're bartering and you start like by asking your parents for like £100 and then, but you only want 20, but you bring them down. And I feel like God is saying, you can soar on wings like eagles. You'll run and not grow weary. You'll walk and not be faint. So, you can do this. No, I can't, Lord. No, but you can do this. Lord, are you serious? You can do this. Actually, maybe I can do that. And it's like he's just being a dad and saying, take a few steps. You won't get tired. I'll be here. Then you can run and then you can soar. And then you've packed your bags. We go back to the beginning again. And you'll be able to fly. And that's it.